This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 482, How to Turn Anxiety into Opportunity with Business Networking, and the Intersection of Ideals with a Product Development Strategy, both by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. And I am Dan, I'm your host, reading to you every single day to help you optimize your business life. And today I've got not one but two posts for you, both of them from Michael Mehlberg, who I'm going to tell you more about right after the readings. But for now, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. How to Turn Anxiety into Opportunity with Business Networking by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. If there's one thing that makes business owners anxious, it's networking. Some would describe it as difficult, others stressful. However, the importance of it cannot be understated. Business networking can lead to partnerships, sales, and future contacts that can help you, and you them, in unforeseen ways. It's a necessity for any business owner, and if you do it wrong, you'll miss countless opportunities. So, how does someone like me, who is anxious about networking with other professionals, push through? It's simple. Start by breaking the ice. Typically, business networking happens at events where everyone has a shared interest. For example, a conference, vendor exposition, or networking event for small business professionals. Knowing you all have shared interests is a great way to break the ice with people who would otherwise be considered complete strangers. Breaking the ice with someone is the first necessary step to get a conversation going. Everyone's style will be different, but if you remain friendly and professional, it's easy to get a conversation going to open the door for business discussions. Just ask a few non-threatening questions, like, where are you from, or what brings you here? If you're the one answering their questions, try to think in advance of something memorable you can say. Should you find a business connection while networking, you can reference this memorable statement in a follow-up email. Starting the real business discussion. After warming up with a few harmless questions, if the other person is interested in engaging, this will inevitably lead to a conversation about what each of you works on. This is where the value of business networking will really shine. Start the real business conversation with a handshake and an introduction. Don't forget to ask their name. While it might seem counterintuitive, focus on how you can help them. By doing so, you'll pique their interest, leave a good impression, and make them want to follow up. Usually, if you can help your newly met business acquaintance, there's business to be had and money to be made. A few additional tips. First, bring plenty of business cards, and don't be stingy about giving them out. Second, have an elevator pitch memorized and be sure you can recite it naturally. You will be asked plenty of times what you do, and you want to be certain what you say is both interesting and valuable. Third, get their card. If they don't have one, ask them to write their info on one of yours. You cannot rely on them contacting you back. Not only is it out of your control, they will likely get busy and never respond. Get their card. Finally, write a reminder of what you discussed in the card, as well as a few details about them, after they leave, of course. This will help jog your memory on why you want to work together. It will also make your follow-up call or email more personal. And I've got another post coming up in just a sec, but first, 2022 is the year you're going to take your business to the next level, but you'll need the right team to make it happen. Indeed makes it easy to hire and build a team with the right skills to make your dreams a reality. If you're hiring, you need Indeed, because Indeed is the hiring partner where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. With Instant Match, as soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates with resumes on Indeed that match your job description, and you can invite them to apply right away. Plus, you only pay for quality applications that meet your must-have requirements. Personally, I love that Indeed makes hiring all in one place so easy. Indeed helps you see your top talent's abilities faster with 135 assessment tests. So start hiring right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/startup. Offer valid through March 31st. Go to Indeed.com/startup to claim your $75 credit before March 31st. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. The Intersection of Ideals with a Product Development Strategy by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. Apple's keynote less than 48 hours ago lit the internet ablaze with renewed talk of the time-honored, no pun intended, wristwatch. The Apple Watch is a stunning product with a high-tech take on a historically classical instrument. It looks to have been designed with astrology, horology, and watchmaking front and center. The keynote showcased feature upon feature, advertising dozens of ways it would simplify life and deepen interpersonal connections. Through the lights and magic, however, Apple could not, perhaps did not, hide their pride. Pride in the most intense focus on the intersection of design and craftsmanship in any product to date. What is product design? Internally, the Apple Watch hardware design is extraordinarily thoughtful. Externally, its craftsmanship is gorgeous. The software stack that interacts with this hardware is no less remarkable, allowing nearly infinite possibilities through an ecosystem of custom applications. Design for Apple has always been front and center, yet it has never shown better than with this new device. In a Wired article, Inside the Shop of the Last Great American Watchmaker, the mechanical watchmaker Roland G. Murphy Watch Company discusses the work of his team in Pennsylvania, one of few remaining watchmaking companies that create timepieces exclusively by hand. I was both fascinated and floored by the thought of hand-making something as small, complicated, and precise as a wristwatch, but it was the last paragraph that made me stop and think. Quote, Murphy doesn't build watches for himself or his buyer. He builds for an ideal, that things should always be better than what's necessary. We don't design on the limit, Murphy says. Think about the Brooklyn Bridge. How much weight do you think it had to bear when they built it? Some horse carriages? Some pedestrians? Today there are giant semi-trucks going over it all day, and it supports that weight because it wasn't designed to the limit. That's something we take pride in, and it's something you won't find anywhere else in America. End quote. Regardless of how successful the Apple Watch becomes, regardless of whether their device is outpaced by new technology in 2 years, Apple has shown us what it means to be proud of their new product's design and craftsmanship. They appear to have designed to the same ideals as Murphy. They have once again simplified what could have been an extraordinarily complex product. For the first time, they've melded the classical with the high-tech, and for the time being, it seems they've crafted a product that is better than what is necessary. Product development companies. Precise design, simplification, and outstanding craftsmanship are all ideals that guide Murphy. They are ideals that made Apple wildly successful. And, though we may not all be product designers, inventors, painters, or craftsmen, one thing is certain. We can never be sure where or for how long our work will be used in this world. Keeping these shared ideals in mind while developing our products could be just the touch of genius that makes a difference. You just listened to the posts titled How to Turn Anxiety into Opportunity with Business Networking and The Intersection of Ideals with a Product Development Strategy, both by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. And thank you to Michael, who is a family man, entrepreneur, business professional, fitness nut, organization freak, productivity junkie, and the author of Home Early, a book about destroying distraction, becoming powerfully productive, and finishing work before dinner. And you can get the first chapter of that book for free with a bunch of worksheets to go along with it right on his site, which is michaelmehlberg.com. So come and check that out and show him some support. That is going to do it for another edition of Optimal Startup Daily. Hope you are having a great day and that you'll be back again with me tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.